Hello there. Welcome to Lunch for the Soul, everybody. I'm Melissa Wilson with Fox 26 News and so happy to welcome you here with us today. This is a time where we can look and learn from people who might be going through a tough time, no matter what it is, but their faith gets them through the other side of it and so many times in a much better place in this life. And that is certainly the case today. I am going to bring in a fascinating woman who has the most beautiful hair restoration place in Northwest Houston you have ever seen. From the moment I walked in, I was transformed into this just beautiful place of zen, of relaxation. And I felt like every stressed bone in my body just melted away, which apparently is very good for your health. So without further ado, let's bring her in. Dr. Leola Edifuoshe, welcome. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you, Melissa.
Well, I tell you what, Texas Hair Restoration and Wellness Center is something else. You have come up with a place to transform lives, and it's truly no laughing matter. I mean, there are a lot of things that can bother us in this world, but certainly hair defines men and women. And I know you hear that all the time. And we look at the stats, 80 million people are dealing with hair loss right now. What do you feel when people come into you? Are they feeling helpless? Are they frustrated? What do those emotions look like?
They're all over the place, from helpless, hopeless. They've tried so many things. So often by the time they find me, I'm kind of like the last stop because I'm a
Mhm.
trichologist. A lot of time people look for dermatologists. So when they find out about a trichologist, usually they're excited because they're like, there may be help. Because we only specialize in hair, whereas in dermatology, it's like they have 13 children. In trichology, we have just one child, that's the scalp. So they're very happy to just know that there's a holistic way that they can get their hair back. So they feel joy in the end, but man, I mean, I keep Kleenex here. I keep boxes of Kleenex because it can be daunting.
Yeah, it can be. And I think what people need to realize is a lot of times you just think, oh, you picture maybe male pattern baldness, you picture it being genetics and an older man, but that is not the case. Walk us through some of the causes of hair loss.
It's certainly not the case. Even we're seeing younger people now. Post COVID, we're seeing a lot younger
Mhm.
people, but the causes of hair loss can be, some of it is hereditary. Some of it is, if your mom had it, your dad had it, you may be prone to it, but doesn't necessarily mean you have to have it. There are steps you can take preliminarily to thwart it, right? You don't have to. Uh, what are some of the major causes I'm seeing now is stress, because we underestimate stress because it's just one syllable. But man, if the hair could talk, it'd be like, no stress, because stress causes cortisol, right? And the doc can talk about that later, but it just tightens up everything. And when you're dealing with hair loss, you're not trying to tighten up the portals that where the follicles live. Stress, the diet. Oh my God! Now we think about diet, we're thinking about weight loss, but here we test you. We see what your food sensitivities are. See, everyone knows what they're allergic to, because if you're allergic, you're going to break out and see the symptoms right away. But if you're sensitive to something, you may not know for days. And it's those sensitivities that can cause gut issues. So here we don't guess, we test. So diet, stress, being in situationships that just don't serve you well, the environment, the water, even. It could be a myriad of things. So again, since it can be so many
Mhm.
contributing factors, doing something that's not your life purpose, even, right? That's why it's so zen here. Like, what is your purpose? And sometimes you could be doing something that your soul is not in agreement to, and your mind will override it, and you'll say, oh, I can do that, but your body's not in agreement, and it will show up in your hair.
That is just an eye opener, I think, for all of us. I want to bring in someone who has certainly benefited from all of this knowledge that you share. Dr. Kelly Satterwhite joining us now. Welcome to you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Tell
you.
us how you found Texas Hair Restoration and Wellness Center.
Basically, I learned about it through, I actually searched for it on Google and the name came up. And I was so excited about it and intrigued. And I came to their clinic and I absolutely loved it. I felt embraced from the moment I came in. Um, Dr. Ani Fauché sat me down, did a consultation, did hair strand analysis, scalp visualization, and pointed out a lot of things to me that I really didn't know about in terms of hair health. and how to regrow thinning hair. It was very much a transformation that I was making by coming into their center.
I'm going to show everyone what you're talking about. Okay, so these are your before and after shots.
Yes.
You've got a very dramatic difference going on here. What did you do? What did she help you do to transform yourself?
She helped me kind of attack it from all different angles. I learned about, for example, the fact that I had normal thyroid lab values when I did blood tests, but yet I still could have low thyroid slow effect, meaning that it wasn't really targeting from the cellular level to help my hair growth. She showed me how, you have to kind of think holistically about it. Stress management, doing meditation, guidance with dietary foods and minerals to help replenish the scalp and help the follicles, come back to life. Um, let's see what else. A lot of mineral deficiencies I had: selenium, zinc, uh, just you name it. There were several, and through what her program allowed in terms of mineral health balancing and healing, um, I've been able to get more hair growth and see really great results.
Is that what you hear a lot when you hear from patients saying, I've seen great results? Is there ever a time you can't help somebody, or is this typically what you see from them?
There are instances where I cannot help someone, like if they have truly advanced hair loss has been going on a very long time. There are instances that they may be a candidate for transplant, but we're able to help at least 75%. We've even been able to get non-surgical results without surgery. And as it relates to people like Dr. Satterwhite, with her being a medical doctor, she's already run all the tests on herself, all of the blood tests. So I think she was a little surprised that we had other technology that was more holistic, that gave us some readings that we needed to know, like she said, on the cellular level. Because often patients will come in here and say, well, my medical doctor said that my thyroid was okay, but as she said, it was okay for your essential organs, heart, kidney, and liver. But hair is not an essential organ, so the thyroid was underperforming for that function. So here's what I think of the good news about hair loss, and there is some good news. The good news is that hair loss is like a bell horn saying something is off. It's kind of a warning. Do you agree, Doc? It's just like
Yes.
we can't just be shedding and thinning without something being off in one of the systems. Do you think so, Doc?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's really a sign that helps you realize that overall there may be areas in your health that need attention, in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Exactly.
and you see that
So it's
again.
never a dull moment here, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I bet. Let's bring in another one of your clients. Melissa joins us. Another Melissa. Hello. And I'm going to I'll begin with
Hello.
your photo so that we can get an idea of what you were going
Everybody makes me smile.
through. So we see here, explain first of all, doctor, what you were treating her for and what we're looking at.
So Melissa has locks, and we see a lot of locks. And locks, sometimes they use different oils or anything, but hers was more hormonal hair loss. So a lot of times when you start thinning around the temples, it's hormonal. So we did a microscopic scalp analysis on her to determine what follicles were still alive. And the good news, most of them were alive, but they were compromised. So we're like, we got to get them off of life support, and back to life. And Melissa, she doesn't live in Houston anymore, but she was such a great patient. She and Dr. Satterwhite, because most of it, we only do 50%, but when people show up and be compliant, that makes it much easier. So she showed up with a smile all the time. So it was easier for her. But she has hormonal hair loss.
All right. So Melissa, can you tell us about the treatments that you underwent and how it helped you? She can't hear us. Oh, well, at least we can see the before and afters.
She can't hear.
No, that's okay. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry we can't hear you or she can't hear us. But when we see, we can see the difference in her
Yeah,
hair
but
though. It's so
she reinforced and shared her story with me this morning. She just reinforced how it just made such a difference with her, and how when she does come to Houston, she makes sure that she'll frequent here. How it's
Mhm.
she prayed for a solution, and she was so happy when she found us. So she did discuss that, she was really happy with how her hair has just come back to life.
And that is so interesting. When I interviewed a few of your other clients when I was actually there, they told me the same thing, that they were so desperate that they were actually praying for help. They were praying for answers that led them to you. And that probably says how desperate you see some of these people feeling, that they feel like they need something else to help them out.
Hmm. Well, yeah, it's true. Hair is really a spiritual thing, because even in the Bible it says a woman's hair is her glory. So there's some spirituality in hair, and it's a lot of power in your hair. I mean, you can have on the worst outfit and a great hair day, and the whole day seems to be right. But a lot of times our hair is just really calling for attention. I have a little program I call personality. Personality. Your hair, every woman's hair has its, some, like when you heard the phrase good hair day, some
Uh-huh.
days the personality is good that day, and others. So we have situations where our hair just needs that special TLC, that deep condition, that scalp detox.
Mhm.
And we're serious about scalp treatments. A scalp treatment can go in there, just recalibrate the scalp, because we see what we call angry scalps. The scalp just isn't moving. So y'all can do it. Just move your scalp back and forth. Your forehead, your hair should be moving. If your forehead isn't moving, your scalp is too tight, which is a sign that you're just too stressed out. And you can't be that stressed out because you only have one life.
It is so true. Okay, Melissa logged out and logged back in. So let's see if we can get her
Okay.
back. Can you hear us this time?
Yes, I can hear
There
you.
you are. Oh, thanks for trying again. And sorry, you gotta love technology, right? But we were just talking about how the fact is that so many people were desperate that, like you, they actually prayed for help, and you feel like that led you to the answers you needed. Tell me about that.
I do believe that we have a large spiritual background as far as my family is concerned, and everything is done in prayer and worship. And there is nothing I can physically do that he can't do better. So when I asked the Lord, look, I'm losing my hair. Uh, please show me what you want me to do. Do you want me to go shiny, or do you want me to find someone who can help me get my hair back?
Mhm.
Because while I'm not really ready for that journey, if that is part of it, then I will do it. But I
Mhm.
would rather not have to do the hairless journey yet.
And you did
And
it.
uh, uh, it was sheer. People like to say luck, but
Mhm.
we're all guided in some way,
Mhm.
fashion, or form. And I do believe my hand was guided when I found this particular uh, individual, and they were able to bring me into their building and tell me what was going on with my hair, and tell me what they were going to do to help me
And we were
get my
showing
hair
before
back.
and after. Yeah, we were showing
And
before and afters a few minutes ago,
I
Melissa.
actually was skeptical,
Mhm.
but I knew that I was sent here. And I talked to Tam, and she said, just put your faith in me. It's like, well, the Lord told me to come this direction, and this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
So if he told me to come here, apparently you guys are going to do what you're supposed to do to help me
Yeah.
get my hair back. And
Mhm.
like, like in the Bible, the woman's hair is her crown and glory.
Mhm.
So not having having my crown withered and tattered is not a testimony.
Yeah.
So he allowed them to do everything they needed to do, which was a lot of stress and
Mhm.
a lot of them being in my head and giving my head the type of love and attention that it needed in order
Mhm.
for it to grow
And Dr. Satterwhite, I saw you
was
shaking
major.
your head. You felt those same emotions that she's talking about,
Yes,
it sounds like,
yes,
right?
yes.
And I was so intrigued at all the different types of treatments, everything from red light therapy to massage. How does all of that make a
I'm still
difference
hearing again.
to help?
It really helps you kind of focus in on what's important. And that's not just from a hair standpoint, but the center gives you, you know, the it tells you the need for taking stress out of your life.
Mhm,
Meditation, taking better care of yourself dietarily, or I don't know if that's a correct word, but
mhm,
diet.
mhm,
And that's going to help if you focus on your hair's health. It's going to help all around your body's health.
mhm,
So that the center there really helps you take a step back and look at where you are in life.
mhm.
On this journey for your hair growth, you're also looking at where your journey is overall in
And
this
I
life.
think it's so intriguing that you're also a medical doctor. Have you used the knowledge that you've learned through this hair process to help your own patients other things of just how important diet is in so many aspects of our life that we don't even realize?
Hmm. Yes, talking to them about the importance of taking care of themselves. Um, I work with patients who are going through a very stressful time.
Mhm,
I work with hospice patients, and the amount of stress that they're feeling, and caregiver burden, is a very important part of not only the patient but the family. And I had a patient the other day who was worried about her hair shedding, and even though she's on hospice and is dealing with a very serious terminal illness, those things still matter. Those things, and
mhm,
so it's important to recognize that. And as Dr. Anna Fouché said earlier, a good day, a good hair day, or a bad hair day can really make your day or break
yeah,
your day. And it's something that in society, it gets a lot of attention,
mhm.
self acceptance, and society places an emphasis on often.
And
Uh,
I'm so thankful you brought up the thought about cancer patients because as a medical reporter, that's one of the toughest things that I see patients go through, especially women. But even my own little boy, when he had cancer, it was devastating for him. And Dr. Leola, I'm interested to see if there's anything that you can do in your specialty to help it grow faster for a cancer patient once they lose it after chemotherapy, or is that whole process about the same for anybody, no matter what they do?
Yeah, we do actually have a special program. We work closely with the chemo's patient's medical doctor, but we have a lot of them, and we do because the scalp in chemo is very hot, so we have a cooling system. But to backtrack on what she was saying, even though the lady was in hospice, people care about their hair until they're 90. My mother was 93 and she was like, I need my hair combed today. So it's
Mhm,
not age related. I mean, the hair is such a
mhm,
phenomenal thing that, we could be feeling bad. It's like before the people come fix my hair, so
yeah,
if whether it's cancer, hospice, or wherever, we meet people where they are
mhm,
from all professions, races, sexes. If you come in here, we're dealing with the individual.
mhm,
And we're going to test you. We're going to get to the bottom of it. That's why they call me the hair loss detective. We solve the mystery of hair loss one strand at a time. We're going to get to the bottom of the culprit. Something is causing this. If it were cancer, then we're going to cool that scalp. The scalp, we don't want an angry scalp. You don't want that,
mhm,
right? So,
mhm.
ladies, gentlemen, make that scalp happy. So, yeah.
All right. Now
Having
tell us where we
technical
can find
difficulties
you.
again.
Tell us where your
Oh my
office is and how
gosh.
we find you.
We're at 290 in Hollister in Houston, Texas, but I service people all over the country, actually. I'm a product manufacturer. I also put my products in HEB, Sam's, Walmart. So I deal with people basically across the nation. But as far as Houston is concerned, we're right here at 13201 Northwest Freeway in Houston, 290 in Hollister. We have a nice large center at 19 doors, plenty of staff, and we give you Healthy popcorn and vegan soup.
And it's delish. I got to do a taste test while I was there. Ladies, thank
We
you
eat
so
them
much
too.
for
We're
all
Texans.
joining
That's
me.
what Texans do. You don't visit a Texan without getting something to eat.
Exactly. Well, we're giving you a thumbs up for all that you're doing and
Thank
making a
you,
difference in not only these two lives, but so many thousands of others. Ladies, thanks for being here with me for Lunch for the Soul. Such an honor to meet all of you.